I think this lockdown and locking is working so much on our psyche than anything else. And I wouldn't like to mention, but recently the things that are happening are not so pleasant. So I think we talk a lot about mental health, we talk about physical health, but being healthy is not. So I remember when we were in college and we would have to really talk about health as a totality. So being healthy is not just about, being able to think properly or being able to do 1000 push-ups. It's the amalgamation of everything together. So if I am going to do something, I should have a proper thought process. I should have a proper physical aspect of my support system. So I think our physique plays a very, very big role when we talk about mental well-being, when we talk about well-being in general. And that's what I would like to focus. So that's why I've called it unlocking. So obviously our joints need a lot of unlocking now. I think they're all making a lot of noises. So I'm going to show you a few things at the end of the session, which I believe is going to help you throughout life. But also few simple things, because all of you are connected with physics to the core. You are all pioneers in your field, and amazingly physiotherapy or exercise science is a lot involved with physics, because we are dealing a lot with strength, we're dealing with power, we're dealing with speed, we are dealing with gravity. So I think these things, when incorporated into our lifestyle, these things when understood very well, will actually lead to your own protocol. So you can make your own protocol of exercise. And the most important thing to understand is, why are we exercising? Why? So you can say, there are many people who come to me and they tell me, our ancestors, our Dadu, Thakuma, Didu, they never exercised. They never felt the need to exercise. They never did the protocol exercise that I'm talking about, or somebody who would talk about to you when you go to a gym. Then why? Why this need has come now? So I always would want to put this forward to everybody, and especially because you are the creams. So I would really know that all of you, all the 27 of you who are listening to me, would really do a great job in putting forward my thought process to people of your family, to people who belong to your department, and everybody around. And I would really request this to all of you, that at the end of today, I hope I can push you, I can pull you, drag you to a limit, to a place where I believe is very, very necessary for us, for our children, for the women in the house. So having an exercise protocol is not just being slim, being Malaika, being Salman Khan. No, that's not fitness. That's not fitness. So we need to know that we need to have the ability to sustain any physical activity, to sustain any mental activity, any physical, any mental in that way. Anything that I'm taking, maybe it could be a domestic pressure, it could be a domestic physical activity, anything in that matter. I should be able to do that within my capacity. And I mentioned that within my capacity. So exercising is not a general thing. Exercising prescription is not a general. It's not something that I just throw in the sea and you just grab it and you start doing it. No, it is a tailored protocol. Please understand that everything, every exercise that you learn, that you do, it could be for various kinds of goals, which I'll get into, is tailored. It's yours. It's customized. It's customized. So please don't think, oh, somebody else was having a neck pain the other day and she was told by a physio or an orthopedician doctor to do a certain exercise. Let's just copy that. No, it doesn't happen that way, please. It just doesn't happen that way. We cannot imitate. We cannot categorize my pain and your pain as gender. We know that. Your problem, my problem may not be the same. The causes may be similar, but it's not the same. That's why in our recent time that we're going through, we are talking so much about being able to understand people, being able to talk to people, being able to, I think, open up to people. I see a lot of it going on in social media. Talk to me, talk to them. So in a similar way, do you think that just by talking, just by maybe confessing my fears, my problems, things would be solved? No, because again, I'm coming to the basic. My problem, my feeling is mine. Nobody else would understand. So your exercise and your exercise protocol, your goal of exercise is yours. So you need to first understand your need for exercise. Now, if I was to talk about the need to exercise, then today I would get into exactly why to exercise. And why do I talk about unlocking and trying to get into physical activity? Why is it important now? Is it because now is the time where we are not having physical activity, or is it always true? It's always true. It's an universal law. You need to work out because we've got few factors that determine our health. So when you come to me and I would say, okay, are you physically fit? There are a few assessments that we do. When you go to mental fitness, there are a few assessments that they do. So my assessment protocol, when I see you as someone where I'm going to assess your fitness, depends on your ability of muscles to work, on your ability of your joints and bones to take the weight of your body, or to take the weight or take the impact of the physical activity that you're doing, your ability to sustain the movement, to sustain a physical activity will also tell me whether you're fit, right? So like we always say, okay, are you able to walk for 35 minutes? So I'm just looking at your ability to sustain a walk pattern. So muscles, I've spoken about bones, I've spoken about your joints, and I'm talking about your ability to sustain a movement. So what is this ability to sustain a movement got to do? This is where I am going to assess whether your heart, your lung are supporting this whole physical activity that you're doing, and how long does it support you? How long can you go on with your activity? So these things are very, very important. Now, a very amazing thing that we always talk about when we exercise is we talk a lot about what time to exercise, how to exercise, what is the exercise that needs to be done after eating. So these are the factors that determine my exercise protocol. As simple as you need to know your heart rate, you need to know your blood pressure, you need to know your weight, you need to know your height. These all determine your exercise prescription. If these are taken into your parameter and made a protocol, that is your protocol, which is the most important thing. That is why I said it's customized. It cannot be a general thing. Now, amazingly, when we were reading about exercise prescription and how body changes, we were also talking about a few other things like hormone. We were talking about noise, environment. So how does the environment differ? When you can have very low music. Why? Because these are directly involved with your heart and lung activity. And exercise is directly going to stimulate or change your heart and lung activity. And this is called cardio. So you hear cardio, cardio. So any type of exercise is actually going to train your heart and your lung. And that's why I want it to be tailored. I want it to be customized. I'm coming back to this word all the time because I see so many people telling me that, oh, yahan se dekh liya, wahan se dekh liya. Maybe on the net I have seen. So please don't do all these things. It's very easy to get a customized exercise. Today, at the end of my session, you are going to make your own protocol. And that's how I have actually made this protocol, this way of talking to you, all of you, reaching out to you, so that you can make your own protocol. And it's very simple. So first, take into consideration these factors: sleep, noise. These are other factors apart from the heart, blood pressure, and all that I just mentioned, the medical factors. You also need to see your sleep pattern. So research says if I do not have a 8-hour or more sleep pattern, my muscles don't get regenerated. They don't. So what do I mean by regeneration? When we do some sort of protocol or exercise, or even the general walk that we do, we are walking, we are doing our house chores, we do undergo a little bit of wear and tear in our muscles because they've been working, they've been doing some kind of an activity for very long. So these wear and tear actually get repaired when we sleep because we've got something called growth hormone. So this growth hormone is not only for the adolescent or the kids to grow, we are growing as well. So this growth hormone actually helps us to regenerate, to repair these small tears, micro traumas, which happen in our muscles every day, even when we're doing some things which are accustomed to. So this repair that I'm talking about is very necessary. Because today I've had maybe a point 0.1, some sort of a tear. Tomorrow it's going to get added because the tear has not regenerated because I didn't sleep well. I didn't eat well. So my tear, which was micro, slowly starts getting macro tear. And as a result, what do I have? I have a torn tendon. I have a torn ligament, and I can't remember why I had it. I never did anything. I don't jump. I don't do anything. So I don't know whether you people can appreciate, but I get this kind of things. I get people coming to me with a history of no problems. But a tear, the moment they're wanting to walk, the knee doesn't support them, the ankle doesn't support them. This is the cause. You have nurtured your micro tear to a macro tear. Why? Because you didn't sleep, you didn't eat well. These two factors are very, very important. And you didn't exercise, of course. We don't exercise. We don't have time for exercise. We have time for everything else in the world. And you know, when I go to schools to teach children about importance of exercise, importance of sitting, I always feel that lacuna, that vacuum that is there, where we as parents have not been able to teach them that as you brush your teeth every day, that's a necessity for your oral hygiene. As you bathe every day, necessity for your physical hygiene. We've failed as parents to convey to our children that you exercise. So that's a general thing. It's just like you brush your teeth, you exercise. So I think we should actually put this into our life, into our children's life, because again, our sleep, our eating, our muscles, our heart, our lung are actually going backward in time. You know, we are not taking them forward in time. We are doing everything, but we are not taking them forward because they are remaining where they were. They were remaining. In fact, they're going back. They are not able to support the demand of our new lifestyle. So physical activity is very important. Now, some statistics, because you're all physics people, I think you would understand statistics and appreciate it. So a few years earlier, we were very far on the grade or on the chart of, we as Indians, I would say, on the chart of obesity, on the chart of heart diseases, diabetes. We were very far. We were not that bad. We were doing real well. But as of now, so today I checked again, we are leading in all of them. We are leading in obesity, and very sad to say to all of you, we are even leading in child obesity. Can you believe it? Our children are obese. And also research says that if our child is obese, it has to be an obese adult. So we are not only hampering ourselves, but also hampering our future generation, which is going to determine what we are going to produce, what we are going to give, what is the yield to the future, nothing. Because we've not taught them to exercise. We've taught them to brush their teeth, take a bath, but not exercise. And children imitate. So we haven't exercised, they haven't learned. And at the end of today's session, I'm going to teach you how exercise can be so easy. It can be so much fun, and it can be so much incorporated into our daily life. So when we make prescriptions, especially myself, I always tell my patient that, okay, the international standard of exercising is 150 minute in 7 days. So in 1 week, you have to just give 150 minute. An average of 30 minutes a day is given as a protocol by American Heart Research Institutes. That if you are doing basic 30 minutes exercise in a day, in 24 hours, it's amazing. Can't we give 30 minutes to ourselves so that I am healthy and my child sees that, okay, my mother is doing something which is going to help her and help me as well. They try to imitate it. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but going to the parlor, I think we give more than 30 minutes. 1 or 2 of our things that we do to look beautiful takes more than 30 minutes. So let's all promise today. I can't see any of you. I really wish I could see all of you. But let's all promise today that we're going to really give 30 minutes of our time of 24 hours to ourselves to exercise so that I am healthy and my children That's most important. Let us teach them what is right. Our children know that yes, we have to do this because I brush my teeth, I'm going to exercise. And that exercise can be varied. If required, if anybody is interested, we could talk about how children can inculcate, how we can inculcate things into children so easily. All right, but for them, it's a different thing. It's 150 minutes in a day, 150 to 180 minutes in a day. So they have to do in one day 180 minutes, and we have to do in a week 180 minutes. That's a lot of consolation, and we will from today onward. So I spoke about the factors. Now I'm going to quickly get into how these factors are going to help me to make myself healthier. So I spoke about heart. You should know your heart rate because exercise increases my heart rate. Blood pressure. Initially, when I'm doing exercise, if this is the first time, I've never exercised in my life and I'm working out for the first time, my blood pressure will increase. So if any of you are having a higher blood pressure, then you know you have to be careful with your protocol. How careful? How can I be careful? So you can put little bit of intervals in between your exercise. So gradually what happens, my heart rate goes up, my blood pressure goes up, and I take a rest. It sinks down. Again, I exercise, again it goes up. So I am not erratically increasing my heart rate or blood pressure. I am going like a small graph up and down, which is safer than an erratic graph up and down, correct? So anyone with a heart problem, with a blood pressure problem will exercise because in long duration, your heart and your blood pressure will come into control. And you will see there's no rise in blood pressure. And if you have even decreased your blood pressure medication, you are not having problem. Because long-standing exercise tones your blood vessels and as a result helps you to control your blood pressure. And how much? It's about 1 or 2 steps can come down in your blood pressure level and it stays constant. That's an amazing thing. There are lots of research. Any of you, all 25 of you can go back and look at what is your heart rate, what is your blood pressure, exercise for 5 days, do very basic exercise that I'll be teaching today, and you see how much your pressure is fluctuating. And continue that for 2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks is usually a marker time for change of your exercise. So we do one kind of protocol for 3 weeks and then we change to a different protocol. So there, again, another thing. You will not change your exercise, whatever exercise you're doing, before 3 weeks' time. Please continue them for 3 weeks. You may have aches and pains and difficulties and little bit of other parts of the body paining while you're doing one part of the body exercise. These are all ways of adjusting. Back to my factors which were determining mine. So I spoke about my exercise protocol. I spoke about heart and lung and how they get used or they get adapted. That's the word we use, adaptability to exercise. So they get adapted to your exercise protocol. Our heart and lung are better off. And that's why you will see with exercise, my heart rate will keep dropping. And I will have a dropped heart rate, which says my heart is not working very hard. It's not having too much of pressure to do the normal activity. Isn't that what we want? I want my heart to be relaxed. This is one major thing where I first emphasized about cardio. This is what I call cardio. So cardio is nothing but training of the heart and lung to my exercise protocol. This is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. The heart and lung is the most important part to be trained first. So heart and lung is important. Blood pressure and heart rate, which we say. Third, what is it that I'm looking out for? So according to that, your factors will change. What is it I'm looking at? Am I going to do exercise just because my neighbor is doing? Then you don't need to look into anything. Maybe you just need to look through the window to your neighbor, what is she doing? And I need to copy that. So that's not a goal that comes into my goal of exercising. And I always said that there is no imitation in exercise. It has to be your exercise protocol. So now I'm going to go to my goal. So my goal is I am overweight and I need to lose my weight. So this is your goal. So set a goal. So know your heart rate, know your blood pressure, set your goal. Your goal speaks volumes about what protocol you will make for yourself. Number 4, environment makes a huge lot of a difference. Where am I going to exercise? This is one big factor. Should I exercise? What time should I exercise? These things are always thrown into me. Morning is better or evening. I go to office. I am not free in the morning. I'm not free in the evening. So if you are free at whatever time of the day, just exercise. Because how much time do we need? Just 30 minutes. Now suppose you tell me that, okay, 30 minutes at a stretch is just not possible. I am a very busy person. Fine. We will break it up. We will break your exercise protocol requirement of 30 minutes into a 15-minute protocol. There is only one disadvantage of breaking my goal of 30 minutes into 15. And that is the first 15 minutes of exercise, pay attention. The first 15 minutes of exercise is carbohydrate burning. What is carbohydrate? The sugars that we eat. Okay? In very simple word. Carbohydrate gives us 4.1 kilocalorie per gram of carbohydrate of energy. Okay? I will be burning carbohydrate if I do minimum 15 minutes of workout. If I do less than 15 minutes, I am not burning any calorie. I am keeping my muscles running. That's it. There is no calorie burning. I'm not going to lose weight with 10 minutes protocol, 5 minutes protocol. But it's okay. At least we are going to get on with our muscles being healthier, our blood circulation is going to work. So all of you, I can see a chat happening out here. I would love you to put any kind of questions across and I could answer that. Or if there's anything that you don't understand, please get forward with me, because my aim is not just to talk one side. And as I said, I really wish I could see all of you. So let's be interactive, because this is very important for you, okay? And all 25 of you don't need to go and visit a physiotherapist ever again. That's a promise. So talk to me. All right. So I was just talking about how 15 minutes of an exercise, 15 minutes of exercise is going to burn my carbohydrate. So one session, I burnt my carbohydrate. The second session, I burnt my carbohydrate again. What about my fat? My fat is not getting burned. But fat gives us 9.4 kilocalorie per gram of fat. So I get a lot of energy from fat, but I couldn't burn the fat. So I remained obese, but I am healthy. So now here it comes. Another question that's thrown to me. I exercise every day, but I don't lose weight. Now you understood why you don't lose weight in spite of exercising every day? Because your exercise timing, that's my next factor that I was going into. Can you name some carbohydrate burning exercise? Oh yes, Shomir Kumar Shardar, I'll definitely do it at the end of the exercise, end of my talk, I will. So coming to my carbohydrate and fat. So I was doing exercise for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and then maybe my kid called me and I ran and I came back. So this kind of protocol, or probably you were doing a 1 hour protocol as well. But what happened was you were not doing according to your required heart rate. No, my heart rate was remaining same. It wasn't getting elevated. Or why it was not getting elevated? Because you've been exercising for so long. So I told you this, your heart rate and blood pressure gets used. And I said adapted was our term that we use. So your heart rate, blood pressure is all getting adapted to this protocol. So that's why you did not lose weight, because it was not a demand that you put on your body. The demand that you put on your body was very easy for your body to supply. So demand supply rule, demand and supply was saying, you need to increase the demand on the body, then the supply will be used by your body. You understood? It's so simple. Increase demand on the body, supply of the body will be used. So what is happening? 15 minutes I was working out. Now I have made it into 30 minutes of protocol at a stretch. First 15 minutes my carbohydrate burns. So Mr. Shomir Kumar, 15 minutes of protocol, of any protocol, anything that you do, you will burn carbohydrate. Do anything you want. You stand in one place, run, you do jogging, you go up the stairs, 15 minutes, you will burn carbohydrate. But if I prolong it from a 15 minute to a 30 minutes, I am now going to burn my fat supply. Remember this always. And that is why the Heart Association of America, which we usually follow, we always look up to these countries. So the Heart Association of America says 30 minutes of protocol. It could have said 15 minutes. It did not say, because 15 minutes carbohydrate is burnt. But my blood vessel, my heart, everywhere, there is blockage. There is blockage. My blood is not able to go. The lumen, the center of my blood vessel is cramped with fat. I love eating meat. I love eating chicken. So all that is added down the years. And what has happened? My blood vessel, which was carrying the blood to my heart, is blocked. Why blocked? Because there is a lot of fat inside. So it is mentioning do more of 30 minutes of minimum 30 minutes of exercise so that my fat burns. So when I'm doing 30 minutes of exercise, my fat in all the reserves are also burning, but also I am burning the fat in my blood vessels, because blood vessels are running. The blood is running very fast through the blood vessels. So it is creating warmth, it is creating burning of fat. And this is what was everywhere. Fat is everywhere in us. So, moral of the story, 15 minutes of exercise is carbohydrate burning, very layman talk this is. More than 15 minutes, minimum 30 minutes is fat burning. So, to lose weight, I need to do more than 30 minutes of protocol. Understood? So logical this is. So, again, coming back to my factors, your heart, your blood pressure, we spoke about. I spoke about the environment. I would want to speak about the time. I said that any time is exercise time. The best is, of course, in the beginning of the day, because you are more in sync. At the end of the day, you're tired. You don't give so much of capacity. Your muscles are tired throughout the day. So, but again, if you don't have time in the morning, no problem. Don't feel guilty. Do it anytime you have time. Okay? And the impression that all of you are lecturers and all of you are going to college. So most of you are students probably. So I am going to show you things that you can do in college as teachers. I'm going to show you things that you can do in between classes as students. And that is where I play a very important role. So bringing exercise to wherever you are, you know. So it's not going to a gym that I would always profess, but come, bring the gym to yourself. That is important. So I spoke about the factors. Now I'm coming to protocol. What protocol and how is it going to change my whole scenario of physical activity? Now here, before I start with this, I would also want to say that there is a hormone in us, which is called endorphin hormone, which we always very easily say as the happy hormone. So this hormone does a lot of work, except from keeping us happy, but it does keep us happy. But apart from that, I would say, it does a lot of other work as well. So endorphin helps us to also coordinate with other hormones. And as a result, when my hormonal flow of the body is normal, is what I expect. I am having all my thyroid hormone, thyroxine hormones. I'm having my progesterone hormone as women, oxytocin hormone as women. I am having a testosterone hormone as male, in sync. I will be behaving, or my muscles would be behaving themselves. So here is the first and most important role of exercise. Only exercise, mind you, only exercise. Of course, apart from the drugs that we have always heard about. So that's not healthy. So apart from exercise, for exercise, the endorphin hormone plays the biggest role. And it is only exercise that can control your endorphin hormone, that can release endorphin hormone. And if my endorphins are fine, I am going to have less of pain in my body. I am going to feel good about myself, because as I said, it's a happy hormone, so happy about everything that's happening around. And exercising of any, whether 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you exercise throughout the day, 10 minutes, throughout the day, 5 minutes bout, you just exercise or move your body. You don't know exercising, and today, end of the day, you've not understood anything that Arpita has said, but you understood one thing, that I just need to move my body. Fair enough. Move your body for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever time you have, and endorphin is going to get released. Okay? So releasing endorphin is going to control my other hormones, is going to make me happier in a layman word, and is going to take pain away. That is my next topic, pain. So taking the pain away is important. Pain, I mean physical pain, okay? Not the one that we say, oh my God, my boss is a pain in the neck. Of course, I can't do much with your bosses. But yeah, let's see if I can do something with your neck pain or your back pain. So pain is my next topic. So we spoke about factors. We spoke about how easily I can burn my carbohydrate reserve with 15 minutes. So I keep telling, okay, I keep talking, I keep revising, all right? And I'm very used to talking. I know you can understand. So I keep revising whatever I've been saying so that it just keeps ringing the bell in your mind. So we spoke about carbohydrate burning. We spoke about 30 minutes of fat burning. I spoke about 180 minutes of exercise every day for children and 150 minutes of exercise for adults, and heart, lung, and everything's going to behave themselves. And then I'm coming to my next topic of pain. Now, we sometimes don't bother so much. We are very strong people, and we think that neglecting pain is our parameter of strength. So I would like to request all the 27 of you who are hearing me, let's just shed that. Let's shed that today. Because pain is not a parameter of strength anymore. It's in fact a parameter of communication. It is a parameter of communication of your body to you that this particular area needs support, needs some sort of introspection. So go and look for it. Why is my ankle paining? What did I do? We also spoke about micro trauma and macro trauma. Is there a macro trauma? Is there a trauma anyway? Did I fall my ankle? Did I do something to my ankle? No, I didn't. I can't remember. Then must be there is some problem that's building up. Maybe it's not a micro trauma. Micro traumas we don't feel. It's not a micro trauma anymore, right? Because I'm feeling pain. What do? Oh, leave it. We just put a Muscodac, we put a Volini gel, we put hot pack, cold pack. I didn't know what was supposed to be put. One doctor said hot pack. The other one said, Nani, you put cold pack. So I put both. And within 2-3 days, it'll be fine. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So like all of you have formulae, so does the body have formulae. We have formula for everything. When you distort that formula, you're distorting the whole equation. Okay? So the formula in our body is when you have pain, the pain starts to go and get recognized by the brain and by the spinal cord. So the receiving is spinal cord actually. And it tells my body and my brain that my right hand is paining, my right hand is paining. Amazingly, it does this work, So it goes on to say right hand is paining. And you realize right hand is paining. Oh yes, my right hand here, it's paining. The day I was writing, or maybe I'm a teacher, I'm doing a lot of work on top, on writing on the board, or maybe I was doing a lot of correction, or as simple as I was probably doing a lot of made a lot of rotis at home. So it could be any reason. And you start to feel right hand, elbow paining, which goes to your brain. And your brain receives this signal, but has the first step that your brain does is to actually give signal to your body, create pain relievers. Create pain relievers. What are pain relievers? Now, amazingly, we have a descending pathway of pain. This is a pain that I felt. The symptom was going from here, going to my brain. It was ascending. Descending pathway of pain relief. The brain immediately sends signal to the spinal cord. Spinal cord sends that, okay, start making pain relief hormones. What is it? Endorphin, serotonin. These are pain relief hormones. They are made in my body. Some discovery was made that why not make this as tablets? That is, what is your pain reliever? The pain reliever is nothing but imitation of the hormone that I make when my descending pain pathway comes into act when I have pain. Clear? So I have a pain, goes up to my brain from the spinal cord. There are centers that send it up. And my brain gives a descending command, make pain, make relievers, make relievers. And my brain does it very well, but it needs time. It is not it is not a machine. It needs time. Please give that time to your body. We don't give that time, right? How much time? On an average, it is said a body to relieve a very simple pain takes 5 days. But within 5 days, we take decision. Ajke batha chilo. Oh, tomorrow I'm having more pain. Bas, pop the pill, put the muscodac, put hot cold, whatever you can, massage. Don't do anything. For how many days? 5 days. Why? Because 5 days it's going to take for my brain and for my spinal cord to give enough pain relief to my body so that my right hand pain gets better. I'm saying 5 days on an average. It may be less than 5 days. It could be the next day. So what am I going to do then? Am I just going to sit and watch? No. You are going to do price. You are going to do price. P-R-I-C-E. What is price? P, protect. Protect the area. Don't overwork. You know that you did some kind of an activity and that was getting the pain. Protect it. Don't do that activity for a few days. How many days? 3 to 5 days, or do it in a lower level. Now, if you're a teacher and I tell you don't do the activity, you are going to pounce on me. Oh, what are you saying? We have to go to college and teach. I have to do. Then protect it from outside. How? Just put something over this area, over any area. But if you knew that, no, I had fallen down and got this pain, okay, then you don't touch it. Don't do anything. Why? Because there might be a ligament injury, there might be a mild fracture, which you don't know. So just observe. Is it getting swollen? No, it's not getting swollen. Is it red? No, it's not red. Okay, fine. I'm just going to keep it like that. But protect it. Don't try to hurt it. Don't try to do too much of physical activity where that is getting affected. You would know. It will hurt more, right? So protect it. P from a price. R from a price is rest it. If you can, keep it at rest. Try not to move it too much. Okay? Ice it, not heat it. Ice it. Okay? So P-R-I-C, compression. So sometimes we might see that, if I'm holding on, it's feeling really nice. Okay? Especially done when I know that I'm not injured, I'm not banged into something, I'm not fallen. So it's really helping. So you compress it. You can take a very mild cloth, you can take bandage and just put, we also have things which are called tapes, we have kinesio tapes, we call it kinesio tapes. So these tapes, what we do is when you come to me with a pain and you've told me that, no, I haven't fallen, but I was doing some activity because of which I've got this. So we tape it up. Okay, we have some kind of, you must have all seen, when players, they do all international standard tournament, they have this blue, red, green, yeah, that's called a kinesio tape. So you tape it up, that's a compression. So I said protection, P, R, rest, I, ice, C, compression, and I'm left with an E, elevation. Elevate it, why? Because gravity is going to pull the fluid downward. So if I'm keeping it like this, my elbow is going to take the gravity, all the water, we have water in our body, right? So all the water, all the fluid are going to rush down by gravity, and this is going to take more pressure because this is lower than this part. So protect it, elevate it. So just keep it like this for some time, most of the time, if you can, all right? So price is what you will keep in mind. Protect, rest, ice it, compress it, elevate it. Many a times we say, if you don't know what is to be done, what is the history, how did I have the pain, just put ice and wait. So how many times ice can I put? You can put ice. We never put ice or heat directly on the body, okay? Please always put a cloth and then put the ice or heat. So now I was having my whole pain here. I am going to do price. I'm going to protect it. I'm not going to move my arm. I'm going to try to give rest to it. I'm going to do icing to it. Icing needs to be done with the cloth on top of my elbow. And I'm going to put the ice for 15 minutes. Not put it, एक बार देख लेते हैं, ठीक है तो, हाँ ठीक है, okay. Again put the ice, again take it off and see. No, You have to put 15 minutes of ice constantly, don't touch it. And you will see that this whole part becomes very numb and it starts to kind of tingle and burn. And that is what is actually required, because I'm trying to anesthetize that area with ice. I'm trying to stop the trauma. I'm trying to stop blood, because we know, right, that cold shrinks things, right? So this is also physics that I've learned from all of you. Cold shrinks and heat expands. So if cold is given, my blood vessel will shrink. So my pain input from here will relax. So I'll not feel pain. But also this temperature will go to my brain and my brain will start to cool down, because I can't excite my brain all the time. So all the time I'm having pain, all the time the brain is excited and trying to give hormones and you're not doing anything else. So that's why icing the area is better. It prevents injury, further injury. If you put heat, you're dilating that area. All your blood vessels are opening wide, lot of rush of blood into that area. Of course, some people say that's better because healing is going to improve. Yes, but healing is also going to improve after some time, after the ice is gone, because once the ice is gone and the constricted blood vessels will slowly get back to their normal, we will have rush of blood more than if you were heating that area. This is called Hunting's response. So let's not go to this, but icing is the call for the day. So I am going to put ice to my tennis elbow. I have a tennis elbow here. Okay, assume. So I'm going to put ice 15 minutes, and how many times? Every 2 hourly, 3 hourly, you can put many times. As many times as you put ice to your painful area, you don't know why the pain came, don't need to know. This is the whether you fell down and hurt yourself, or you hit someone, something hit you, or is it a natural process of macro trauma? You don't need to know. But if you put heat, you need to know. You're going to mess it up. Okay, so please put ice, and ice can be put at any age. And if you put ice here, ice here, ice here, you will not catch a cold, please. This is also something which I get, and it's very funny. People say, no, I have a tendency of catching cold. I know I will catch cold. No, cold is a viral infection. The cold that we get is either an allergy to certain things, the nasal activity that is got irritated and you're sneezing and it's giving water out of your nose, either allergic reaction or it's a virus. The virus has gone into your nose and it's irritated, so it's trying to take out more fluid so that all the irritation comes out through your nose. That's the easiest way to take it out. So you will not get anything. You will not get pneumonia, you will not get any other problem. So please aram se put ice to any area that pains. Even if it's a long-standing pain area, you can put ice. But usually what we do is for immediate injuries, we put ice. And if it's long-standing, 5 days is zyada ho gaya, because I said now we have to wait for 5 days. So if it's more than 5 days, then we do not put ice, we put heat, because now it has got hard on. 5 days my body has tried, my muscles have become hard because 5 days I've not used the muscles. I'm scared I'm going to have, and also physiotherapist told me to protect it and rest it and not do too much with it. So I've been doing that for 5 days. And for 5 days, my muscles have got tight. So now we put heat. So there, you wait for 5 days. 5 days, you will do home remedy. Okay? Price. And little movement if possible. Like I'm not telling you, that you just staple it across your body. No, you are doing movement, but you're not doing movement which is going to get pain. So you try to be pain-free during those 5 days of your body trying to produce those descending pain pathway. Clear? So I'm going to manage my pain for 5 days. After 5 days, I'm going to go to a physiotherapist or I'm going to go to an orthopedician. Before 5 days, I am not going to take any type of pain relief medication. Please, these are very harmful medications. Do not take pain relief, muscle relaxant. They are harmful. They do not allow my descending pathway to act. Allow your descending pathway to act. It's going to have a better impact in the long run, because when you start to stimulate your pathway often after every pain, your pathway is more effective, right? So it's like electricity. The more the line is used, or maybe a roll bearer, the more it is used, you are having a more kind of a smooth functioning. So descending pathway stimulation is very important in us. So wait for 5 days. Sometimes I say 7 days. So what I usually do is when you talk to me and tell me about your aches and pains, I give you a very simple protocol. Okay, just do this exercise, do this icing, and let me know after 5 days, because I want you to stimulate your descending pain pathway, right? So this is the pain cycle. You have pain, you have less of activity because you're scared it's going to give you more pain, and then you have again pain because activity will bring endorphin hormone. No activity because physio told no activity. Again, I'm not saying no activity, decreased activity. Okay, rest, decrease your activity of that area. If you are able to do a rotation activity, do it. But if you're not able to do a activity where you're taking your wrist up, don't do that. All right, so this is the newest way of getting recovered. So now let me give you a very simple example of a neck pain. This was a very small muscle. A neck pain is something that I think all of us have, right? So a neck pain, oh, okay, so I would like to tell you that you can write to me what are the normal pains that you have, any of you, if you have any pain. So I could hit at those pain areas as well. So neck pain is very common as I go to people's corporates and hospitals and offices to train them about the same things that I'm training you today, how to manage myself within those 5-7 days of having a pain or a discomfort. I see a lot of neck pain. I see a lot of lower back pain and a lot of knee pain. And these are the areas that I'm going to quickly talk about. We've already going to complete 1 hour. So I'm going to quickly talk about those areas as an exercise. So now I'm coming. We are breaking this vicious cycle of pain. So pain, less activity, more pain, less activity, more pain, less activity, more pain. Break it by doing activity a little bit, giving ice. The moment ice and activity is given, your body again transmits the same thing to brain. So that sensation of pain which was going through the brain is stopped. We call it pain gate closed. There was a pain gate which was open and the pain was rushing through. Now, because I gave some other sort of feelings, everything goes to one muscle fiber, okay? So they have fibers. We have not muscle fiber, the nerve fibers. Nerve fibers take our feelings to the brain. So there are diameter of nerve fibers, large fibers, small fibers, narrow fibers. So they're all carrying these things to my brain. But the moment I am giving some other kind of feelings, which is the ice, or maybe a little bit of rest, or maybe a little bit of activity throughout the day. So these things stimulate these diameter nerves, and as a result, the brain receives them and stops the pain gate. So no pain. Okay. So little bit of physical activity. So earlier, what used to happen, whenever you have a neck pain, we used to have a collar. You're like strangling you. Why this collar? Because earlier, research would say that immobilize the area of pain. So I am like this, I'm giving rest to my body. But can you imagine? This neck muscle was talking to my brain all the time, right? It was talking to the brain and telling that I'm having pain, but now the neck is this way, fixed. So the brain does not get any input from the neck. As a result, the brain cannot help you to release the descending pain pathway. So it cannot, the muscles are not working. Why? Because they are with the collar. So nowadays, this whole system of immobilizing the area, stopping mobility altogether is passive. We don't do it anymore. We do painless activity. So now I'm coming to my neck pain. So now here again, I'm doing two things. I'm going to talk about the pain as well as I'm going to show you neck exercises. So all of you, please try it with you. I know you must all be hungry. It's lunchtime for you. But as I said, anytime can be exercise time. So first, neck. So the neck was paining, this muscle was paining. And I said, first 5 days, you will ice it. You're icing it and you're feeling better or not feeling better. How much exercise can I do? That's what I want to show today. So when I was doing this, it was hurting. Or maybe when I was doing this, it was hurting. Okay? But if this is the start posture and this is 5, 10, 15 degree, first 15 degree, I did not feel pain. The moment I was trying to correct answer sheets or trying to do something underneath, working with a computer, when my head was more than 15 degree, my neck was paining. So the rule here is do not invaginate into a painful degree of pain. So do not push yourself to the painful degree of pain. So what will you do? Painless degree of exercise. So 0, 5, 10, 15, no pain. I will do this repeatedly. I'm not having pain in doing this. This is the rule with pain. Those 5 to 7 days, what will you do? Painless exercise. So I'm doing painless exercise. So what am I gaining out of it? My communication to the brain from the neck is there. It's consistent. Compared to what earlier was believed that you immobilize that area, and as a result, what would happen? There would be no communication from the muscles. So the brain would sometimes not even talk about your neck muscles. So as a result, I would have difficulty in doing neck movement after the immobilizer was removed. And that used to happen. So people used to come to us, see, I was using an immobilizer and now I'm fixed. And I would have to start from zero with the neck muscle. So that's why we do not immobilize. We do movement in the no range of pain. So this is my no range. And then I see, oh ma, 2-3 din pare, it's become better. So what do? After 2-3 days, it's got better. So now I increase. Now this is my, earlier it was 0 to 15 degree. Now it is 20 degrees. I can take it. So now, did you see it's increasing? It may not increase also. But you will stick to your pain-free range of movement. Until and unless it is a fall history. History of a fall, don't move that place, Baba. Keep it for 5 to 7 days. After 5 to 7 days, we'll see. Because maybe it is a microfracture and I'm doing movement because Arpita ma'am said pain-free movement. So you can do pain-free movement and you're going to increase your fracture. So if it is a trauma history, don't do anything. Just give rest and ice. If it is a non-trauma, it was a regular thing, generally it developed generally through the time that I was just leading a normal life and got up from sleep and I saw that the neck, this is very common. Or working a lot on the computer for some days and then when I was lifting, I was feeling giddy. So these things are very common. In day-to-day life, it's a day-to-day life pain. Don't worry. You can move to your comfort level without pain. This will help you to increase the range. Very important. Okay. So this was about the normal introduction of exercise, factors, how we can burn and all. Now I'm coming to the practical aspect. Checking of posture. I believe that all of you, because all of you are doctorate and all of you are physicists, you must be working a lot on the desk or maybe working out in your lab and standing. So basically what I'm trying to portray is all of you must be having one static posture for a prolonged period of time. Now here, it's very important to understand that whatever is the static posture, be it sitting, be it standing, be it on the net or whatever, be it with your laptop, please maintain more than 45 minutes. Your body cannot sustain a posture, a static posture. So what will you do? Move yourself. Does it mean I get up? No. So see, I am going once at the back, I'm coming forward. So I'm being movable so that blood circulation is happening. So more than 45 minutes if you're sitting at a stretch, which I know all of you must be doing that, please move your body. Just change your posture. So if you were moving, so if you were sitting like this and working on the computer, you change your posture, go at the back. Just do a little bit of rotation to the sides, just few seconds, and your body can next take 45 minutes more. That's how amazing our body is. So just few minutes of a support system can help us to pull it for 45 minutes at a stretch. And I think all of us can, we would want, naturally to just shift a little, move a little, which is a very good thing. So you should, okay? So 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, you can remain in static posture. Now I'm coming to my posture. So if you see, when we sit on a chair, we usually sit like this. We always allow our upper back to be supported, which is wrong. Please support your lower back and buttock to the end of the chair. Upper back remains unsupported. I don't sit like this. Why? Because our spine is vertical. And if you do not appreciate that, you're making your spine oblique, then your gravitational pull will be more on certain vertebrae as compared to the others. So come in front. This makes my spine vertical, and the whole spine is taking my gravity pull. Understand? So only lower back attached, upper back straight, and never slouched. We also now when we do shoulder up, we naturally become very straight. It's chest down, only shoulders out, neck. In people who work with computer, I'm sure all 25 of you now present must be having this neck if I saw you. So it's called a forward headed posture. Very common with people working on the laptop. You see how I'm looking at my laptop now. So this is very common in you. So what should you do? Neck down, neck back. I'm coming back again to the posture. Buttocks attached, right inside. Lower back attached. If your chair does not stick to your lower back, put a cushion. Then the lower back gets attached. Upper back off the support, keep your vertical. So you are perpendicular to the floor, right? Keep yourself vertical, straight, shoulder out, not chest out, neck down and in. That is a good posture. Okay? So whenever you're working, first you will set your posture and then your periphery will adjust to you. So the first periphery that comes into contact is your laptop or desktop or your desk work where you're working. So that should come level of chest, not abdomen, not upper chest. It should come at the level of your chest, mid chest, if you are to say. This is where you work. Why? Because now you see, this is my chest level workstation. Now if I'm to look at my laptop, I can look with 0 to 15 degrees. More than 15 degrees of neck gives you problem later on. So 0 to 15 degree. So now I can see myself. Just put the laptop in front and work. Or if you have things, put it far away. Let your hands be rested and work. Let your hands be rested and work. So having a rested hand, having a rested elbow, having back attached is going to help you in the long run. All right. So posture is very important. Now I'm going to quickly, we finished 1 hour. Now I'm going to quickly get into exercises. All right. So anything that you want, I have not got any communication. Anything, any exercise that you want me to show, please write to me. Okay, so I have someone who says, please suggest some exercise for neck, lower back and knees. Also some suggestions on exercises for neck, back and legs, which can be done between classes. Being a teacher, we are stuck on a chair for a very long time. Yes, and that's why I'm also sitting on the chair today, because I'm trying to understand what the pains that you're going through. So, okay, so yes, that is one person who has said, and let's see the next one. Okay, we saw Mr. Shomir. This is Shemonti. Surely, it's true. Often feel that pain at lower back while workout. Yes, yes, I know because I've been with people who work like this. And okay, so I'm going to hit on those areas only. That's what I have thought because those are the areas that I would want to take care of today. So the first one, let's work from the top to bottom. Okay, so the first, neck, chin down. This is called a chin tuck. Tuck your chin in. You know, very good exercise. So time and again, just pull your chin in. It's not this. It's being in the same plane, back, back. That's first exercise. You can also do other activities like sides. And by sides, I mean this. Eyes should always be in the same plane of movement. It makes it so easier to explain to all of you because you know physics. For me to explain to laymen, it's so difficult. They don't understand what's a plane. They don't understand what gravity is working parallel, perpendicular. They don't understand. So it's so easy. So you see, it's all the more important and easy for all of you to make your own protocol at the end of today. So you have a plane of work. So maintain that plane of your eyesight, okay? And you can also do things like this. So in a very, very easy way, whatever movement you're doing, exercise should be more of the opposite. So if this is the movement that you're doing throughout the day, then what should be your exercise? Opposite. Do more of extension so that this muscle gets rest and really. So if you are looking a lot to the side, you have your laptop to the side and you cannot change, you cannot have your ergonomic measure what should you do? You are looking to the left very often. Your exercise should be more to the right. Do this more. You understand? So you see, it's so simple. Remember, when you need a support system to your area of pain, you need to have repetitive movement. This is very important. Repetition is very important in the body. So we develop a lot of strength, we develop a lot of endurance when we exercise. And to develop strength, you want to develop the power, then you need to have speed, right? These kind of things. So the same things need to be applied to my body. If I want that I should be able to have an endurance in my body, which means I should be able to do a particular activity for very long, then I should have the repetition more. If I don't want repetition, I want to build up strength, I want the power of my muscle to become better, then I should have weight more. I should add weights to my muscle, which is nothing but these dumbbells that I've kept in the side. So I should use dumbbells to increase. It could be dumbbell, it could be things like this, which is an exercise rope. It could be a band. These are all used to increase my power. Okay, so you will be using these items to increase your power of the muscle. But now, sitting in your classroom, obviously you're not going to carry this and work out. So what are you doing in the classroom? You are maintaining the stretchability of muscle. You're going to maintain the blood circulation of the muscle. So what are you going to do? Just repetitive movement. And that should be slow, not Baba, 2 minute hai, usme kar lete hain jitna ho sake. No. When we talk about repetition, we talk about taking 5 seconds for one movement. So can you imagine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One movement done in 5 seconds, kept for 10 seconds. This is what I mean by repetition. And again, coming back. And if you don't have the time, no problem, but take 5 seconds to complete that movement. Don't do quick. So it has to be very slow. All the more because you've been doing one kind of a posture for so long. Okay, so neck we did. Shoulder, very easy. You can be sitting and doing. It's just shoulder up and down many times, and I can guarantee you it feels so nice. And back and front also, because many of us, when we are working like this, and we are slouched naturally. And while working, we cannot take our posture into consideration all the time. So quickly, and when can I do this? During that gap of 30 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes that my body needs support, or during in between your classes. So back and front, repetitions, gentle repetitions, up and down, back and front, shoulder, neck, done. From this area, I come down to this area, most important area of the body, core. Core is abs, core is the lower back, core is internal muscles. So for the core, what am I going to do? Pull your abs in. This is a back exercise. There's someone who asked me lower back exercise. So pull in, pull the abs in, tighten it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. Again, pull the abs in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. Pull the abs in. So basically, we talk about 10, 15 seconds. If you can hold it more than 10, 15 seconds, if any of you are trying, give me a feedback. You will see that 15 seconds, if more than 15 seconds I'm holding, gradually I feel that this whole area, even the back, is getting tightened. That is what is called co-contraction of muscle. So when I'm doing...
sorry to interrupt. Do we keep breathing during this tightening posture?
I will come to breathing, Shrimanti. I will come to breathing, ma'am. Okay, so when we are pulling our abs in and keeping it, we will see that the abs and the back are getting also stimulus. So this is called co-contraction. So in a way, if you can see my abs tightening and my back tightening, what am I holding on to? The spine. So this is why co-contraction is very important. This is why if I go back to my earlier exercise, I was doing back and front. Again, I was doing co-contraction. Why? Because first I was putting the chest out, chest was stretching, the back was tightening, so it was maintaining my posture. Again, holding on to my spine. And when I did this, it was the opposite happening. But here in the core, I need strength. So I need to give demand to those muscles. So I hold it. Tighten. Keep it. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm coming to your breathing pattern. Because it's a regular exercise that I'm going to be doing a lot many times, you can do normal breathing. But when you come to me to do a tailored proper exercise, or you sit back at home once you've gone home and you want to do it in a proper fashion, you have been doing in your college or you've been doing in your kitchen or whatever, whichever is your work area, I would want you to do exhale with exercise. So you tighten your abs, tight, exhale. Some people find it difficult, but this is the pattern of normal breathing as well. So take a breath, exhale, tight, tightened till I finish my exhalation, leave. Or you cannot coordinate, it's not happening, your breathing and abs are not happening, then you can do normal breathing, tighten, keep doing normal breathing. But that time, or this time in fact I should say, the breathing is happening very shallow. Because obviously I can't, the moment I do that, this goes off. So you do shallow breath or even breath hold. The same thing when applied to somebody who has a blood pressure problem, I will not encourage breath hold. Or someone who is pregnant will not encourage breath hold. So as a normal heart, that's why I started with know your heart rate, know your blood pressure. So for people who are healthy in the vitals, you can hold your breath. Tighten, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. You get me? So this is a core acting. If you want a better core, then you can put some cushion at the back and press. What am I pressing? I'm pressing my arm. So I've put my palm like this on the back, and I'm putting my spine like this and pressing my spine. Okay, so palm at the back, and I've put my spine, and I'm going to press with my spine, with my lower back, my own palm. Now if you see, my abs are also going in automatically. Observe. So I'm pushing my spine to my palm, and I push 1, 2, 3. My legs are working, my buttocks are working, and look at my abs, it's gone in. So it's a total core, and no one realizes you're exercising. That's the fun. So even if you are in the classroom, just put your hand at the back, nobody would object to it, and pull your abs on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe, hold breath, breathe out. So I have worked with so many muscle groups, the abs, the back, the thighs, so many muscle groups have worked, right? So I have finished the core. I have done the shoulder and the upper back and the neck. Now I'm coming to knees, because I think some of you wanted also the knees. Very simple workout in the knees. I'm showing you everything in seated posture because I know this is one posture that you're always in. So seated posture, knee exercise. Just elevate your legs up. Keep it. So what am I doing? I'm just elevating the legs up, keeping it there. Tight. Posture straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Ankle always facing towards you. So the ankle should not drop. I'm sorry I'm having to show my leg like this. The ankle should not drop. Ankle should be pulled up. And this is what I'm doing. I'm tightening it. I'm not holding on. I'm just tightening, keeping my posture straight. Count of 10 and come down. This can be done many times if you have the provision, or if you have a break, you can just do it a couple of times. It's the best exercise that can be done. So we dealt with knees, we dealt with hip muscles, and we tightened with our abs and release. So the hip muscles are tightened, release. So it's just actually a way of just shutting your buttocks. So when you just tighten your buttocks and you feel, getting elevated off the seat. Very good exercise. Why? Because I'm sitting on my buttock. My circulation to my butt, to my leg muscles are hindered when you sit for very long. Now, if you tell me that, okay, ma'am, I have a lot of time to go back home and do exercise, I want you to do this whole pattern throughout the day. So this is what I say, work out when you're at work, okay, unlocking. And so we've unlocked most of it. And now, when you go back home, what can you do? You can repeat this protocol. This will hardly take 10-15 minutes. It's all timed. I've timed this protocol, every exercise that I've shown just now, the neck, the shoulder up and down, shoulder back and front, the abs tightening, the back push and buttock tightening, and the knees. These all exercises. If you do 10 times, it will take 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm burning my carbohydrate, I'm giving blood circulation, right? But what is important now is when you come back home, you can do very simple exercises apart from this. For example, when you come back home, you can do few standing, because whole day you've been sitting. So few standing activities, like you just hold on to a chair and squat. One, very, very good exercise for the leg muscles. I'm going to show you a side squat. Please see. It's not this. Please don't get into practice of doing this. This is not right. Okay? Because I said, right, that we need our spine to be vertical. So this is called a squat. You can hold a squat. You can hold a squat means this. Or you can do repetitive. I would want you to do toe standing, up and down. So just standing on the toes and up and down, because this is very good for the calf. So people who sit for very long, their calf muscles also get cramped when they go back home. You can also do hip movements, because you were sitting throughout the day, the hips were not moving, standing in one place. These are very simple things which we all know about. But the basic thing is just trying to put it into a proper protocol and how it should be done. So these you can come back home and do, or do in the morning. These you can do before you go for a walk. Okay, these are standing activities. Sitting in your workstation, you can also do things like twist, which I showed earlier. So the twist is a very good exercise for the back. Okay, so it's very simple. If you are to incorporate the breathing, then you would do it this way. And here I would like to bring to your notice, you don't need to look at the back, okay? It's not back. The spine doesn't go so much at the back. It's just side movement. We call this lateral rotation. This is all a lateral rotation is possible. Okay, you can do it. You can also sometimes just take your abs in and just bend forward. This is a very good back exercise, and come back. So abs in, just bend. You know how when we get tired, we stretch like that. So that's the exercise. It's called a slouch. So abs in and slouch. Okay, so all of this, I would like to again recap. We've done neck, where I said chin tuck. All right, you can do through the sides, keeping in mind that it has to be repetitive and slow. You can also do shoulder up and down, shoulder back and relax, back and relax. Then you come to your abs, tighten the abs while you exhale, or normal breathe, tighten the buttocks, push with the legs so that all your leg muscles are working hard, and you release. You will also do a slouch, stretching forward, coming back, stretching forward, coming back. You will do a knee exercise, elevate the leg up in sitting posture, pull the ankle towards you. You'll feel the calf getting stretched. Remain there for 10 counts, relax, and do 10 times if possible. So please remember, everything needs to be done for 10 repetitions maximum. So that should be our protocol. In office, at college, or anywhere that you are seated. It could be even while you're watching the TV. And the things that I showed core can be done anytime. No one realizes. So even if you're going by your transportation, be on the vehicle, and you do this. Tighten, relax. Very, very important these things are, especially for people, especially for women, I would say. Okay, it's very important to keep your core strong, even for men. All right. And when you come back home, I have said you can do a squat where you hold on to something, keep body straight, and you just bend your knees. So you're actually keeping your legs apart and doing a squat. You're standing on the toes, you are extending one leg out and the other leg out, okay? These kind of things must be worked upon. Please understand that it is your spine and your knees that are taking your weight, these two joints, the spine and the knees. And men are blessed with 15 more years of degeneration, I would say. So we degenerate when we are 30 years old as women. So you can understand how important it is for women to exercise, because when you're 30, your degeneration process starts. We start to degenerate our muscles, our joints, and that's the time we all get into domestic demands. We have children, we settle down. But for men, they are blessed with 15 more years. So from the age of 45, they start to degenerate. So I see most of the people saying, okay, we have time. Let's not take these as our parameters to start exercising. We have to start before we reach 30 and 45. And any sort of exercise, as I said, is going to be beneficial for you. There are lots of other things that you can do. These are non-supervised, non-specific exercises that I've shown you. If any of you have any issues, any problems, please do not hesitate. I'm going to call it off. We're rounding it up. 30 minutes walk, a helpful exercise. Of course, anything 30 minutes we saw is good. You are going to burn your fat. But then I just said that before you start your walk, you can do these things for 5 minutes, right? Which things? The one where we are going to squat and we're going to stand on your toes and we're going to do side bending and we're going to take our legs out. Do these because you need, it's like cooking. Walking is like a cooking. Cardio is like a cooking. You're just putting the whole raw material and not expecting it to boil. It doesn't happen. First we first cook it a little bit, we boil the vegetables and then we put it properly with spices, right? So it's like that. So first you thaw the material. So thawing is nothing but warm-up exercise, which means doing little exercise. It can be anything that you learned in school or most of it that I've taught here. If you're doing these exercises, this is going to take you 10, 15 minutes, more than 15 minutes also. So you can work it, do this, and then walk. And then come back and just sit and do deep breathing. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And pull the abs in as well. So this is a protocol that you can do 3 times in a week because these are cardio. Cardio we do 3 times a week. Rest, everything can be done every day. So if you're doing yoga, do every day. It's a flexibility exercise. 2 or 3 times you should use things like this. Okay, where you are going to use something heavy. Why? Because otherwise we cannot burn the fat. We need demand, I said. Nah? So the demand has to be placed with this kind of material, resistance device we call them. So if you increase the resistance, then the work by the muscle will be more. So increase the resistance. Resistance is done by these kind of materials, okay? So these, if you are having any kind of problem with your arm, shoulder, we train your shoulder, you can do that. But again, before I end, I would like to request you all, I hope you have understood how we can take care of ourselves and how we are supposed to put ice. We should exercise 30 minutes minimum. Let our children exercise for 180 minutes. It's not supposed to be structured. They can play about, jump. All this is 180 minutes. I see that anything for the toes. Yes, I did show one standing on the toe. So you can do standing on the toe. You can also do, I'm sorry, I'm going to show you my legs again. So you can just put your leg like that, fully supported on the bed and just curl the toes and take it up with the ankle. Curl the toes and take it up. So people who stand a lot have a lot of toe and pain in this area. Okay, so this is a very good one, curling the toes. Sometimes I also say to use the balan, with which we do the roti. So you can put the balan here, longitudinally, horizontally, and so it's horizontal and you put your foot on it and you just roll it. So it's the same thing as curling your toes. So curling toes and doing ankle activity also helps. Okay, so also remember that we have to take care of ourselves for 5 to 7 days and then go forward with visiting any doctor. We can do that and do these simple exercises. You will be sorted for whole life. For any kind of assistance, please do not hesitate. Just let me know that we've spoken through webinar and let us work out. Let us see if we can solve our small problems. You can at the end of the day today, I'm sure. So I would just like to end with a positive note that let us not lock those brain muscles. I know they don't have muscles there, but let us not lock them because that is what is working. And I'm sure this whole workshop of having workshop is to actually stimulate your brain muscles. So this is another way. This is another way of working out. Let us do that. Let us do flexibility exercise, general exercise, whatever we can do throughout the week. We can do these activities that I have shown at your workplace and try to lift weights. The weight need not be dumbbell. It can be a simple water bottle duly filled and you can do various activities taking it up. But the main thing is repetition. So whatever you're doing, repeat at least 10 times. Okay, then it's going to work like an exercise, right? So doing these, taking it at the back with simple water bottles, these things are very, very feasible. So a protocol can be made according to you. Do not worry, do not feel guilty that I cannot go to the gym, so I'm lacking in my exercise protocol. No. I have a lot of videos that you can look up. I have on YouTube. Please look it up. It'll help you. There is neck, there is back, the lots of stuff. I'm on Instagram. You can be in touch with me. Okay, so some days ago, I'm sorry, just the last one before we finish. Some days ago, I used to do intense workout for core area like sit-ups, leg raise, Russian twist, plank, etc. And I felt lower back pain. That still aches me despite resting myself. What should I do? Okay, so yes, this is one of the reasons why I have not in my whole talk once said that go to the gym. I in fact do not like the culture of gyms in Calcutta very much because what happens is they do not, as I said, I started with exercise being tailored. They do not give you a tailored protocol. The moment you enter, they will tell you, okay, this is what you need to do. Okay, now this is, oh, you're a man. Okay, take 15 pounds, 10 pounds, take this many kgs, 10 kgs, 11 kgs. No, it doesn't work like that. So whoever, Mr. Shomir, I think. So what you can do is please do these exercises that I just showed. Start with your core exercise first. Whatever core you were doing, start it with repetitions 10, and without any weights you will do core, do general, and with every abs that you do, please listen, with every ab that you do, you will do a back exercise. Since we've done a lot of exercise, there is one exercise called bridging, where we lie on our back with legs on the floor and we lift our buttocks up. So we make a bridge. Okay, so our pelvis comes in line with the hip and knee. If you can do these kind of back exercises and slouching in seated position, I think you should not be having it. The main problem is repetition. If you increase your repetition of abs and not your back, and you don't train your back, you will get back pain. Because I said co-contraction, they need to be balanced. If ab is working more, back will pain. Okay, so that's why abs workout and back workout should go hand in hand. You have been doing plank. I think that's a very good idea. When you do plank, please pull your abs in. That is important. If you pull your abs in, your abs immediately supports your back. I think we are through. We just have 5 minutes left. If there's anything else that you want to know, please do not hesitate to contact me ever. And I'm so happy that all of you have, well, I started with 27 and we've got 24. That's not that bad. And thank you so much again to the physics department. And I'm so glad that you took so much of time to sit and listen. There was lots that I spoke. I'm really apprehensive about whether I could go forward and convey what I wanted to. It's a very long session, I understand. But I think end of the day, we all love each other. We all love ourselves. So this little 30 minutes, 7 days, we can give up. Sometimes I say not even 7 days, 6 days is enough, okay? Because that you're going beyond your aim also. Be focused, and let's not talk about being thin. Let's go beyond all these parameters of beauty. Beauty is not being thin or having muscles. I think it's beautiful to be what we are. And let us appreciate that I am unique, so I should have my unique protocol of exercise as well. All the best to you, and thank you again for calling me. It was great being on with all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Chatterjee. We were really, your talk enriched us. It is essential, I would say, because these are things which very clearly gave us a picture of what we should do and what we shouldn't do. So I would say
I reached out because I couldn't see any of you. So I was just like talking to myself, but then I would really want all of you to get to the feedback to Mrs. Monisha and Mrs. Shimonti, the ones who are organizing, and let me know whether this was helpful, whether anything at the end of the day was easier to make your protocol. I would be very glad to get in touch with any of you again.
Thank you. And of course, physical fitness is crucial for a healthy body. We all know that. And it is related to the healthy mind. So your talk was imperative for our holistic well-being, I would say. And the exercises that you showed us today, they were very necessary.
Yes, all necessary exercises. Yes.
Because we need to keep ourselves fit. But I think these exercises also help us to keep ourselves focused and sane in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we were really glad to have you. We appreciate you taking time out of
Thank
your
you.
schedule and
Thank you so
staying
much.
with us. And I think our participants, each one of us, we were really enriched by your talk
Thank you.
and by the demonstration of the exercises. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling me. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. And with that, I think we come to the end of the 4th day of this international webinar. We would,
Manishwati,
yes.
just a small message to the speaker. Can you please
Yes.
share your YouTube link with us by email or anything?
You can just put Arpita Chakrabarti Physiotherapist. You will get me on YouTube.
Okay.
And in
Yeah.
Instagram, it is a workout with Arpita official with space in between all of them. Workout with Arpita. I won't be difficult to be found because if you just put Arpita Chakraborty or Chatterjee, also you can put Arpita Chatterjee Chakraborty, anything, put physio. So you will get a lot of my YouTube videos that I have. I'm also on Facebook as Arpita Chakraborty. You can connect in that. You can WhatsApp me. There shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
And
I'll
please keep
share
connected.
this with the participants.
Please do.
Okay, Monisha, over to you.
Yes, so that Shebunti ma'am, shall we call it a day?
Yeah, please, Monisha,
Okay, so
conclude.
thank you all the participants. And of course, Dr. Arpita, we are very thankful
Thank
for
you.
making this session so interesting. And we hope to meet all the participants again tomorrow, same time. So till then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay fit. Thank you very much.